I want to set the stage for what I'd like to kind of spend the next few minutes talking with you about and get your interest and questions for. What happens in the enterprise today is being shaped more and more by consumer experiences. And what we're seeing now from the enterprise, when the CEO shows up with the iPhone and tells the CIO, make it work on the network, or else, we're realizing that consumer technologies are being pushed into the hands of the enterprise in ways that the CIOs and the other IT professionals had not foreseen, and are being told to put up and shut up. So we're seeing this interesting convergence between kind of consumer-grade experiences, ease of use, expectations, along with enterprise-grade applications. And so the opportunity today is to talk about what the influences are of the consumer and enterprise clouds are colliding. Who knows what storm clouds will come from that, along with the notion of devices. And leverage and build on what Mitchell was talking about earlier, and bring Hal in the conversation around that.
Sure. My name is Hal Steger. I'm the Vice President of Marketing of Funambol. For those of you unfamiliar with Funambol, we're the leading provider of personal cloud solutions for mobile phones and connected devices. So it's pretty much like Apple iCloud, if you're familiar with that, except that it works with any phone, not just iPhone, but also Android, BlackBerry, the older Windows mobile phones, the new Windows Phone 7 and 8 that's coming out next year. Not just phones, but tablets, computers, as well as all other types of connected devices, including things like e-readers, cars, appliances. So the whole idea behind it is that what it allows you to do is to take the data and the media that you may have on your phone. It gets automatically synced into your personal account in the cloud. And then from there, whatever other devices you have, it gets synced to those devices as well. So the benefit to end users is that all of their data and content is automatically backed up in their personal account in the cloud. It gets accessible across all their different devices, and they can selectively share it with other people. It's very different. Just this morning, I was on a webinar with the Yankee Group. They're an industry analyst firm, and they had their top 8 predictions for 2012. And their second prediction was that the personal cloud is going to be a huge phenomenon next year. It's kind of making the transition from the techies to the mass market. And they listed the companies that they think are going to benefit. And they listed Apple as being a pioneer, but they also mentioned Funambol as being the only cloud service that works across different devices that's open. So that's one trend, is the fact that people are getting more multiple devices. And once you have that, keeping them in sync across each other becomes kind of a nightmare. A second trend, which you mentioned, is kind of the bring your own device to work phenomenon, or you might call it the consumerization of IT. And the third trend is really something that the analysts call the splinter net. And the splinter net consists of the fact that for all of us in this room, all of our data and media is getting spread across so many different places. It's really becoming a nightmare to access. I mean, we have our stuff in Google, we have it in Facebook, we have it in our work systems, we have it in Outlook, and so on and so forth. And so when you take the fact that we all have multiple devices, we're starting to bring our personal devices into work, and the fact that we have the splinter net, what that means is that there needs to be an easy way for people to access their data and their content on their mobile devices. And this is definitely something that enterprises are interested in.
Well, we see, so if you look at the consumption model of the IT service, you see there are 2 models, right? One is just like a device, you know, everything's a native, okay, on the device. The other is kind of locked into the device. The other model is associated to the user. Does not matter how many devices you have. As long as you log in, it's a web browser-based, you should be able to access all your data or whatever application you should be able to use. We see like with the new technology like HTML5, it's kind of targeted to be platform independent, so or the device independent. Will make the enterprise application more ubiquitous and more convenient for the workforce to use, because you see a lot of the employee bring all kinds of device to the work, right? You cannot control that. And other is a cost issue. You cannot hand the smart phone to every employee. Okay, so you gotta, figure out a way to support all the different device, I think HTML5 could come to the handy play.
That's interesting, okay.
Yeah.